Howdy, howdy, howdy. Jonathan, you look like you're set up to be like a gamer, an official gamer who's like a streamer. Let's see here. Here. Give everyone one more minute. I think we got most people in here, but uh, it's all right. So, let's see here. I'm gonna get rolling with our um, attendance. If you guys want, you can preview the daily news while I'm doing attendance if you'd like. This is here. Vanessa, you are here. Christiana B is here. Jayla, are you here? No. Emery, are you here? I don't see Emery. Nope. Ismeen, yes. Orlando, nope. JD, here, no. Okay, Madeline. See there, no. All right. Jordan's here. Nevaeh's here. Yes, no. Yeah. All right. Jacob, are you? Yep. Eric. Yep. Michael. Yep. Miles. Yep. Emiliano. Yep. Jabari. Nope. Jamarion. Yep. At least I thought. That's not Jamarion. Yep. There. Mauricio. Yep. Dylan. Yep. Ontario. You here? No. Jonathan. Yep. Carter. No. Leonardo. Yep. Or Leo, I should say. Theodore. Yep. Kinjaya. No. And then O'Neill. Yes. All right. Save that. Okay. Rolling right along. So as far as our daily news goes, share my screen with you guys. Boom, boom. There we go. Slide 5. So says here, students will be able to prepare their engineering notebooks and begin establishing the different roles in STEAM. The date is the 11th. Anyone willing to read the brief note from me? Anybody? Yes, no, maybe so. Anybody? No? Fair enough. Says, hey, DOS kiddos, today we're going to get prepared and set up for our first project. Once we are going down with our DETs, I will review the engineering notebook expectations and the page on how we will use Canvas throughout the class. Once we have done this, we will take a pre-test so that we can see how much we learned by the end of the project. I'm looking forward to this project. So as far as this goes, I'm going to let you guys get rolling on your DET. It shouldn't really take that long, maybe 7 minutes, but you probably will get it done in less. It is day 4, as you can see in the agenda. It's day 4 for your DET, so get that one done. Well, let's see here. Here. Stop sharing. Go to our Um, my video. Oops. Okay. So go ahead and get started on that DET, please.
Mr. Doc, what are we supposed to be doing again?
Your DET. So it's day 4.
It says access denied.
Oh, really? Let me see here. I wonder if I put the wrong link in there. So let's see here. Oh, that's, you know what? I put the wrong link. So let me, let's see here. Oops, I can't have that yet.
So is it day 4 or day 5?
It's day 4, but let me fix the link. The link's messed up. I instead of linking it to your quiz, I linked it to my 6th grade class quiz, apparently. So let's see here. Need to. I'll restart my timer for you guys so you can. That was my bad. All right, so refresh that page for the day 4 DETs and then try clicking it and see if that works.
So does the link work now?
It should. So does it?
It works.
It works. Okay, cool. Sorry about that, guys. I'll start my timer over.
5.
It still won't let me in.
Still won't? Did you refresh the page? You have to like refresh the page, like maybe like go back to the home page and click through all the things to get to it again, and you should be able to get to it.
I refreshed it and it still don't work.
Really?
Yep.
Let me send you the link and see if it works that way, okay? Ismeen, is that the same issue for you? Are you still not able to?
So what am I supposed to do, Mr. Doss?
What was that?
What am I supposed to do since I don't have access?
Did you click on the link that I sent you in the chat?
I'm about to.
Nevaeh, did that one work for you?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I forgot what A stands for in Steam.
What H stands for?
A.
Or A? Oh, I was gonna say if you want to try and quickly look back at your post, you can do that if you want. All right. Is everyone good? The timer went through and then started over. But I know some people had trouble getting in, so I don't want to go through these real quick. You all good? All right. So I'm not going to share my screen for this because I remember the questions. It was simply just going through and remembering what each of those letters in the acronym STEAM stand for. So who can tell me what the S stands for in STEAM?
Science.
Science, thank you. Okay, we got science. Okay, how about the T?
Technology.
Technology. Okay, everyone, whoever knows it, just shout out. So we'll probably hear multiple people say it, but that's okay. How about the E?
Engineering.
Engineering, very good. And then the A. This one's the kind of
Art.
Art.
what is it?
Art.
Art. Very good. Okay, and then the M.
Mathematics.
Mathematics. Very good. So this class that we're doing is often referred to as a STEM class. Now, that was the more common term, and now they've sort of changed the acronym to STEAM to include art because that's also kind of a sort of interconnected field that kind of all of these areas of work kind of work together. So the so with that but we're kind of gonna with this first project you're gonna see how each of those fields of study or fields of work or career paths kind of all can work together and be called upon to work on a single project. Okay, and so that's kind of what we're going to do. This first project is going to be a preview into how each of those fields of study, what their role would be in a project. Okay, and so because that's the thing, a lot of people think, oh, like STEM, they just think of like science and engineering. And really, like, that is a very small portion of it. And so I'm kind of looking forward to, because we're gonna have we have all sorts of different people in this class with different skill sets. I'm interested in seeing kind of what roles people like to play, because you all get a chance to be a different role. So what I'm gonna have us do though, I'm gonna share my screen with you now, because let's see here, and then I'm gonna so I'll go here. If you guys want to follow along with me, you may. Go to modules, okay? And then where we left off last class, okay, you guys made your posts on what is technology, okay? And so now, and then you guys you were supposed to have read these 2 pages. Now, I know not everyone remembered to do that, but that's okay. I'm reviewing it anyways with us. But does everybody have a piece of like notebook paper or a couple, like, do you guys have notebooks that you're using for your other classes and things like that? If you can have that handy with you, we're going to actually start kind of writing some things down, because we don't have our engineering notebooks yet. And I'm kind of bummed out. They ordered it this summer, but I think with the fact that this quarantine's going on and like everything is, people are getting groceries delivered, people are getting a bunch of things off Amazon delivered. I think the delivery service is kind of overwhelmed, so deliveries are taking longer than usual. And so those notebooks that we ordered have not been delivered yet. And so we're going to make the most of it. We're going to be kind of writing in like just like on regular notebook paper, and then keep all of this stuff that you write down, because then when we get engineering notebooks, I'm going to have people like people did with Chromebooks come by the school, and they can just literally drive by and we'll hand you an engineering notebook, and then you'll put everything that you did prior to getting your engineering notebooks, put them in your engineering notebooks by taping and gluing those pages in. Okay, but we're gonna just have to make do with what we've got right now. So that being said, have a piece of paper handy, because I'm gonna have us write some stuff down right now and prep for this project. And if so that being said, okay, I'll read this page out loud to you and kind of explain to you what I mean by it. It says, into your project, lead the way. PLTW stands for Project Lead the Way notebooks. And it says, copy this in as neatly as possible onto page 107 of your Project Lead the Way notebook. Okay, and don't even think about doing this in pen. Mechanical pencils only, or just regular pencils are fine. Okay, because with engineering, you are constantly going back and making adjustments. Like I said, you guys have to be comfortable with failure in this class. Okay, and what I don't mean is, like, you don't want to be comfortable with failure as a grade. And I'm not going to fail you if whatever you design doesn't function all like you plan for it. That's not, you're going to get some points lost because of that, but the majority of your points are going to be in the process of making things. And so your engineering notebook is going to be where all of your planning goes. And so because of that, you might build something that fails. You might have to go back and make adjustments. You're going to have to do a lot of erasing, okay, and rewriting, things like that. So always use pencil. Always use pencil with this stuff. So it says here, copy this onto page 107 of your Project Lead the Way notebook. Okay, so on your piece of paper, your notebook paper, okay, like this, okay, put how to write in my Project Lead the Way notebook, okay, and that is considered a major heading, and it says major headings are the beginning of a new unit or major section. Always put in a box, okay. The font size needs to be extra large, slash make box 5 blocks tall. So what it means by that, okay? Because in your engineering notebook, the pages are graph paper. So you know how graph paper has a whole bunch of little boxes instead of lines? So since you're using notebook paper, just make it 5 lines tall, that box, okay? And again, in that box, you're gonna write how to write in my PLTW notebook. So it's gonna look just like what you see on the screen right there, okay? And again, those notes that you put under here, the major headings are the beginning of a new box, okay? And then subheadings are important and tell you that it's a new idea or topic, like a chapter in a book. Underline these, okay? And the font size should be equal to, it should be large, which is equivalent to 2 blocks tall, okay? Okay. So, and then regular notes should always be printed neatly. Don't write too big, no more than 1 box in height. So the font size, we're going to say that's normal, and that's 1 block tall. So that's going to be like 1 line on your notebook paper tall. So don't write any larger than that. Okay. So, so I'll give you, I'm going to write this in my notebook paper. I'll kind of show you guys kind of what I do so that you can see if yours looks somewhat like that. Okay. Okay, so guys, so you can kind of see what I mean by here, like what you would be writing here. So this box is 5 lines tall. Okay, that's the major heading right here. Okay, and then this explains your major headings and how, oops, I would not be a good weatherman. This explains your major headings here. Okay, this explains what to do for your subheadings, and then explains how to write regular notes. Okay, so keep that in mind. This is just sort of like a key on how to write in your engineering notebook from here on out. And then the other stuff, it just says page 108 is your glossary of terms. We'll get into that stuff. And page 114 is habitudes. So the and back, which should have the and the back flap should have the design process on it. So we'll get all that stuff later, but make sure you have that major information on how to write in your engineering notebooks. So next, okay. So this is also important because your projects, a lot of this stuff is self-paced, meaning like if you are moving right along and you're doing well, you know what you're supposed to be doing and stuff like that. Okay, there's no need for you to be held up by others who are taking more time. Okay, and so because of that, most, if not all, of your projects and the steps and the requirements and the checkpoints and all that stuff for your projects are on Canvas. Okay, so you can go at your own speed compared to everyone else. And so it says how we use Canvas. So everything we do is available in Canvas. I'll just read it to you. It says your instructors have a code to help you figure out what to do. So if it's written in red, do what it says. Okay, those are like directions. Blue, if it's in blue, you need to copy exactly what you see there in your engineering notebook. Okay, and then black, read every word. They're all important. Okay, and this little sub note here says, okay, and this is true, a lot of students think they can skip the black words, okay, but they are there for a reason. The difference between awesome and okay is doing everything that you're told to. That includes the reading part. Okay, because this is self-paced, you've got to make sure that you read everything. Okay, just because it's not in red or blue does not mean that it's not important. Okay, so red is more of like an action direction, like it tells you what to do. Black is more going to explain things. It's going to be making it easier to understand. It's going to be explaining expectation, things like that. Okay, so just because it's not blue or red doesn't mean just gloss over it. Okay, and then what's in green are your lesson objectives. So that's just we post those because we have to make sure, according to Indiana state law, that we are addressing certain topics. They're called state standards. And so those lesson objectives, that's just us making sure that we're covering our own butts by the state and teaching you what the state says we have to teach you. Okay. Every unit is arranged in the same way. There will be a presentation, like a Google Slides presentation at the beginning that has all the slides that we're going to use in class. Okay, that way you can always go back. If you're like Mr. Doss, you click through those slides too fast, you have access to that, so you can always click back. There will be an introduction page that explains what we will be doing for the unit. The unit will be broken down into what you are expected to do at each step of the design process. Again, we haven't discussed what the design process is, but we will. And then in between steps, there may be checkpoints where we want you to turn in assignments or to take progress monitors, and like quick quizzes and things like that, just to make sure that you guys are actually learning as you're going. Pay attention to all the detail. Okay, detail is very important in engineering, and we'll kind of give examples as to why. We aren't just teaching you engineering, we are teaching you how to take control of your life and your education. That's the cool part of this class. This is a life skills class. you'll actually use these skills whether you go into engineering or not. Okay, because you are learning how to be a problem solver. You determine your success. Be the driver, not a passenger. Okay, I want to reiterate, be the driver, not a passenger. What do you think I mean by that? I want someone to take a swing, okay? And if you get it wrong, again, no big deal. Very good, Jonathan, thank you. Leader, not a follower. So basically, and you don't necessarily, and I don't even necessarily mean it as a leader. I think I view all of you guys, the fact that you take this class, that you guys are leaders. Because again, engineering is the future, so you are leading to some degree because you are getting introduced to engineering in the 7th and 8th grade, which is way earlier than most people. Okay? But being a driver, not a passenger, means take responsibility for you. Okay? So don't just follow the lead of others. Okay? If you're a passenger in a car, you're going to go where that driver takes you. But if you're the driver, you go where you want to. So be your own driver. Don't be a passenger in this class. You have to be your own driver. Okay? As your teacher, don't look at me as like your chauffeur here. I'm more like the driver's ed teacher who's letting you drive, but then kind of coaching you along the way. Okay? Look at me more like that. So, you guys won't see that. If you guys hit next on this module, it'll take you to the next module, which is right here. Okay? It says, what is STEAM? And then it says pretest. Okay? I'm not going to give you 60 minutes to take this. You don't have to worry about, like, I want you just to try it. You might, you'll know some of these because we learned what STEAM stands for, but this is a pretest because I want you to be able to take this now and then after we've done this project, so you can kind of see for yourself, did you increase your score? Because if you did, that means you learned stuff. Okay? I think it's important that we see that we learned stuff because sometimes we don't always feel like we did. If you take this pretest, okay, again, it's a whole bunch of like kind of multiple choice questions, or matching or whatnot. So it shows you one question at a time. If I remember correctly, I believe there are 20, there's just 11 questions. So I must have them set as multiples. But you guys go ahead and get rolling with this. I'll give you about 15 minutes, okay? But don't speed through it. But at the same time, this is a pretest, so don't worry about if you don't know it, okay? You're not expected to know it. Are we all good there? Because I want to be done talking. I want to let you guys do some stuff. Okay, cool. Then I'm going to let you guys get to work here. I'll do a 10-minute timer and then a 5-minute timer because I don't think I have a 15-minute one. So I'll let you guys get to work.
Mr. Knox, what's the access code?
Does access code? Let me see here. Why did I? Let me see here. I need to.
The access code is STEAM.
What was that?
The access code is STEAM all caps.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. Yep. STEAM all caps. I forgot I put that because when I made this, I was worried that kids would take it before even doing anything. So sorry about that. You guys are good. What do I do here?
Access system is double tap.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you too, but sorry about that,
I
Nevaeh.
can't hear. I said after the 6 minutes is over, do we have to stop doing the test?
Nevaeh, I just messaged you because I can't understand. Your mic's all choppy. So you guys have another 5 minutes, and don't rush. If you are genuinely trying on this, I appreciate that, and I will give you more time. This was more just me trying to see um, how long it would take you guys. So you can go another 5 minutes. All right. Okay, so guys, keep me updated. Are there people who are done with the pretest? Let me know. Like, you either send it to me in the chat or say it out loud. I just want to make sure that I'm not like, for those who are done. So there are people who are done. Okay. Cool. Then I am going to show people what the next part is, and when you get this next part done, you can go ahead and call it a day, a class. Or I should not say a day, but you can be done with this class, and you can sign out. But this next part, let's see here. Okay, so you've done this pretest, yada yada. Like I said, this is a pretest. You're not expected to know it. So you guys, please know that you're not getting the grade, put in the grade book that you got on that quiz. So please know that. Okay. And then this is going to be sort of the Google Slides presentation that we go through. Like it said on that Canvas page, it said that at the beginning of each unit, you'll have like the Google Slides stuff that I'll go through with you guys on, so that you can go back to pages and slides if you want. But if you guys can, just on another piece of notebook paper, a separate one from the one that you wrote those Canvas or those notebook instructions on, so a separate page, if you can make this chart and set it up just like this, okay, you can be done with today's class. So just set it up just like this, where it says STEAM. You turn your paper sideways, sort of, and then write STEAM, and then make this, how many sections are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 different sections where it says problem, and then scientist, and then technologist, engineer, artist, mathematician. Because we are going to identify what role each of these fields plays in this project. Okay? The problem is going to identify what the problem is we're trying to solve, and then we're going to see what all of those 5 fields, what their role is in solving that problem. Okay, so we do that, and then once you do that, you guys are good. So if you copy down that chart, you're welcome to have some time between now and your period 2. And thank you to all those who have asked me questions in the chat and things like that. Don't ever hesitate. Okay, it's what I'm here for.
So when we done, we leave.
When you're done making that chart that you see right there on another piece of paper, yes, just save that paper. Don't throw it away.
Okay, I'm done. Bye, Mr. Doss.
Hey, take care.
Our next class is at 11:20, right? Okay.
Yes, Jonathan.